Star Command. Come in, Star Command.
Why are you here?
I'm Buzz Lightyear, Space Ranger.
I know who you are. I don't give a rat's. We literally live in the same house, in the same room, in the same toy box every damn day.
No, I am from Star Command. Did you seriously hit your demo switch again? What is a demo switch? And would you please take that dirty fish bowl off your head already? I told you, we live on air. We breathe normally.
What's going on in here?
Star Command. No, I'm not... yeah?
Aren't you a little old to be playing with toys?
Yes, I am. And by the way, you play with that long stick thing in your room every night.
Touché.
Alright, let's see if there's anything interesting online I can make a video about. Wait, what? Toy Story 5 is in development? That's funny. I feel like I'm supposed to be jumping out of my seat right now in amazement, but I'm not for some reason. Let me tell you something. Toy Story, much like other things, were basically all my life as a kid, and I guess it still is. When I was in the first or second grade, I don't know, it's been years, my dad came home with a new gift for me while I was just sitting on the couch like the brainless kid that I was. I always loved when my dad came home with some random gifts for me, and most of the time it would be stuff that I like, meaning he knows me very well. Anyway, what he brought this time was a DVD called Toy Story 3. I didn't really know what it was because, well, like I said, I was a brainless kid, and I didn't know anything about Toy Story then. And I don't remember exactly what my dad told me about it, but I believe he said something like, "I buy movie for you, I know you love it." And I was just like, okay, sure. Then, I popped it in the DVD player. Yeah, that's how old this was. Remember kids, we had DVD players at the time and not these stupid streaming services. Anyway, I watched the movie and literally enjoyed every minute of it. Well, for a while, because halfway through the film I fell asleep and was carried all the way to my bed. Beautiful memories. Someone please invent time travel already. But yeah, after I woke up, I watched the rest of the movie and was really proud of it. Like I said, I didn't know anything about Toy Story at the time, so this was completely new for me, and it was something I needed to know more of. So I went on my mom's computer, and turns out Toy Story is a huge franchise with lots of merchandise and 2 other movies. And that is what made me love Toy Story. And it also made me want to buy all of the merchandise based on the movies, and it also made me want to force my parents to buy every character from the movies. But anyway, enough of some random memories from my childhood. What we're here to talk about today is something I still don't believe is real. In case it wasn't obvious from the start, we're going to be talking about Toy Story 5. That name is something I never thought would come out of my mouth, but here we are. So a little while back, it was confirmed that Disney has run out of ideas and decided to announce several sequels that were in development, like Zootopia 2, Frozen 3, and of course, Toy Story 5. It's like as if the head of Disney questioned, "Hey, what should we do for the next movie?" Then that one dude in the back of the Disney office was just making suggestions and said, "How about we bring back originality, like a movie about elements?" Then practically everyone ignored that person for a while and just said, "Sequels." Well, the last time we did something original, no one liked that, so let's go with the sequel idea, like maybe a Toy Story 5, even though Toy Story 4 is not even 5 years old. Good idea! Let's go! And, yep, that's what we're going to be talking about today. How I think Toy Story 5 is not really needed and should probably just be stored away. I'm guessing Disney was expecting us to be, super thrilled about the idea of Toy Story 5 happening. And, well, I guess some little kids are excited about it. Us adults or, teens are just, a bit tired of these movies. I mean, not tired of them completely, but we're just kind of burned out from them. I mean, come on, Toy Story 3 had a perfect ending to what was once a trilogy. Then Toy Story 4 came out of nowhere and had a more bigger conclusion with Woody leaving because apparently the power of boners is stronger than friendship. But now Toy Story 5 is here just to add more lore. Even though there's already enough lore in the franchise at the moment. I know people already gave their opinions on this whole thing, but might as well add my 2 cents in because I've noticed some points that people were leaving out, so now I'm here to say them. First things first, let's talk a bit about Toy Story 4. Toy Story 4 was already pretty filler, but now we have Toy Story 5, which is going to be the most filler I've ever seen in a movie, possibly. Like I said before, I'm just so burned out from these movies.
Just like New Super Mario Brothers.
So, since Toy Story 5 is happening, does this make the ending to Toy Story 4 useless now? The third one already had a great story, and had a deep conclusion as well. Andy drops off the toys to Bonnie and goes off to college, and the movie just ends like that. Along with the little side movies, which were enjoyable. Also, this is really random, but Toy Story 3 came out 10 years after Toy Story 2, but Toy Story 4 came out 9 years. Yeah, that's certainly not weird. Toy Story 4 came out of nowhere and literally contradicted almost everything from the other movies. I mean, I guess the story was kind of decent and some of the characters were enjoyable, but I don't know, Toy Story 4 just felt really off to me. Probably because we never really needed it. Much like Toy Story 5 right now, we don't need it. But from what I've seen and heard, people seem to enjoy Toy Story 4 a lot. And that's good. People are of course allowed to enjoy what they want to enjoy. But to me, Toy Story 4 just wasn't really necessary, even though I'm a huge sucker for Toy Story. I mean, we got all these Toy Story movies, and yet no sequels to these gems. Like, come on. Although then again, I shouldn't really be giving them ideas. Tim Allen even confirmed that Woody is coming back for Buzz, so that means the ending to Toy Story 4 meant absolutely nothing. Seriously, like I said, Toy Story 3 had a deep conclusion. Then Toy Story 4 came and had a much deeper conclusion. But now we have Toy Story 5, which I don't even know is possible to have a more deep conclusion than the other two. Yes, I know that Toy Story is one of Disney's most popular franchises, but seriously, they got so many other movies and stuff that they can do, but yet they choose to push this franchise all the way to the core? How many times are they going to milk this franchise? I mean, it kind of already died a little bit with 4, but now it's probably going to almost die entirely now. There's of course only one reasonable answer. Money! Especially with Disney, considering they're the most greediest company of all time nowadays. I don't even know if y'all know, but Toy Story even had a live musical back in 2008, and well, what can I say? It was a musical, so you got what you came for. So, just like SpongeBob, Toy Story pretty much has every sort of media you can think of. Remember when companies actually put charm and careness into their properties? Well, if you do, you have the memories of a god. What even is going to be the plot of Toy Story 5? Andy graduates from college and comes back to Bonnie's house and yells at her for losing Woody? What good is a sequel to a movie that should or shouldn't have ever gotten a sequel in the first place? This is the kind of stuff that happens when you push your properties and limits. People like it, but then when they push it, that's when they start to hate it. This franchise is just really starting to lose all the things that made it good. It's like when you meet a new friend and you start hanging out with them for, a while, and then you start to get tired of them and you eventually want to move on from it. I mean, that's kind of a weird way to describe it, but I did the best I could. That's how I kind of feel right now, because I want to move on from this franchise and not look back on it as much, which makes me a little bit upset to say. I know it's typical for a company nowadays to just do things for cash, but Disney is on a whole nother level. They'll do anything just to get a single penny, right to the point where they have to make live-action movies of animated shows with people that have different races. In fact, the only thing I can practically praise Disney for is Kingdom Hearts, cause that's a really fantastic game series. Still can't believe he got in! Whatever they plan to do with Toy Story 5, all I can say is it cannot be worse than Toy Story 4. I can also say that it better be the last movie that they ever make, because if they ever do a Toy Story 6, then that'll be where I draw the line. I'm not just talking about the last movie, but I'm talking about like the very last Toy Story thing that we ever get. No more movies, spin-offs, or anything afterward. There's already no reason for a Toy Story 5 to even exist in the first place. As much as I love this series, it really lost all of its shine after Toy Story 4 was released. And now it got even more worse after Toy Story 5 was announced. Although we didn't really get much of anything, all they said was, oh, we're doing Toy Story 5, and that's about it. I already didn't like Toy Story 4, so what makes you think I'm gonna like Toy Story 5 more? I mean, 4 already felt out of place in the trilogy, and the plot wasn't really anything too big or special, and just everything in Toy Story 4 was kind of a letdown, and I imagine 5 is gonna practically do the same thing. There are also some other reasons why I don't like Toy Story 4, like the side characters like Mr. Potato Head, Rex, Jessie, Slinky, and the other characters not really serving any purpose and are just there for being sidekicks or decorations. And you can just tell they wanted a cash grab with Toy Story 4, and there's really no excuse except for, you know, the whole cash grab thing for 5. With Toy Story 4, it just felt like, hey, you guys want another Toy Story movie? Well, here you go, even though it pretty much has no purpose, and now here we are again with Toy Story 5, like I said. I'm still wondering as to why companies nowadays just try to cash in on nostalgia and instead not do something original. Well, it's probably because the company just ran out of ideas and they just don't want to even attempt to try something original, because if they do, they'll probably fail most likely, just like with Turning Red. We already had Lightyear, which had huge potential that ended up being hit or miss. Then people question as to why we don't bother watching live TV anymore. And, yeah, well, it's pretty much kind of done at this point. I mean, would it really hurt to try out something new for once? Anyway, what do you guys think? Is Toy Story 5 gonna be a failure, or could it end up being good? I mean, can't really answer, because we don't really know anything about it at this point. And who knows, they might not even talk about it for like the next couple of years. All I can say is, whatever they plan to do, I hope it's at least somewhat decent. I mean, it's not like I really wanted a Toy Story 5, because I just wanted them to be done with these movies, but nope, turns out they're gonna still go at it. But, yep, that's pretty much all I got for you guys today, so thank you for watching, comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye. Alright, well that's a wrap. And I guess I should be concerned about Disney coming after me after I ranted them out, but what are the odds of that happening, huh? Alright, I think I'll rant at Paramount next. Because they've got some bad stuff as well. Oh, crap. Not you. I was right. Me and my bright ideas. I deserve this. I'm still alive!